So class is canceled, but the AP exam is not. So find this in your notes packet. The FTOC notes packet, Fundamental Theorem of Calculus. So last class we talked about this special case of an integral where we have an absolute value and we can't just take the integral as it is. I don't know whose derivative turns into 4x minus 12 within the absolute value. So because of that, we have to break this up into two separate integrals. One of them is going to be from 0 to something, and the other one is going to be from something to 8. And that something's it's going to be the same. And we just have to find it. And then we also have to figure out, one of these is going to be 4x minus 12, and the other one is going to be negative 4x plus 12. It's going to be the opposite. So my first goal is to figure out what's this number. And I do that by setting the insides, 4x minus 12, equal to 0. And so we do that just as we would add 12, 4x is equal to 12, so x is equal to 3. So I know that for any x value that isn't 3, I'm going to either have a positive number or a negative number, and then I have to take the absolute value of it. But when x is equal to 3, this is equal to 0. So that's our switching over point. And now, one of these is going to be 4x minus 12, and the other one is going to be the opposite. And so to think about that, I can think about numbers just slightly to the left of 3. So when I'm from 0 to 3, if I plug in any number less than 3, it's more than 0. So if I try plugging in 0, that's 0 minus 12. I get the absolute value of negative 12. So I have to flip it. Since I have to flip it, that literally means I have to take the opposite of it. So I have to take this and take the opposite of it. That's negative 4x. That's positive 12. Similarly, over here, if I were to plug in anything from 3 to 8, such as 5, well, that turns into 20 minus 12. That's the absolute value of 8. That doesn't change. It just stays whatever it is. So now I've got this situation where I don't have to change anything. And now all I need to do is integrate. So when I take the antiderivatives, I wind up getting negative 4x squared over 2 plus 12x evaluated from 0 to 3. And yeah, that negative 4 over 2 would simplify to a negative 2. You definitely want to do that. It saves you so much work. And then similarly, over here, we integrate, and we get 4x squared over 2 again, but it's positive this time, which again would be 2x squared minus 12x from 3 to 8. And I'm not going to go through and, fine, I'll do it. Isn't it? Wow. It's just like we're really in class. I'm going to do this second problem in a little bit, but for now, I'm just going to pretend that it does not exist. All right. So as I perform these integrals, it makes me sound like I'm like some kind of like circus worker or something. We're now going to perform the mighty integrals. So remember, this is negative 2x squared. So I'm going to say negative 2 times 3 squared plus 12 times 3 minus, wait, if I'm plugging in 0 here, 0 times that, 0. 0, that's our first integral. And the second integral, when I plug in 8, so 4 times 8 squared over 2. Oh wait, yeah, that's instead of 4 over 2. Let's keep that as 2 times 8 squared minus 12 times 8 minus, remember to put that lower bound in parentheses because you're subtracting. You don't want to mess up your signs there. So that's going to be 2 times 3 squared minus 12 times 3. Number crunching. Yay. So this is 9, so that's negative 18. That's positive 36. That's still 0, so I'm done with it. That's 64 times 2, that's 128. That's 96, so minus 96. Let's see, now minus, I'm not gonna I'm not going to speed up and try to do all this all at once because I'm going to make a mistake. So let's see. That's 2 and that's 9, so that's 18. And that's negative 36. So again, we want to be very careful with our arithmetic. A lot of people are going to accidentally cancel this 18 and this 18, or cancel this 36 and this 36. But if we're careful, we'll notice it's negative 18 plus 36 plus 128 minus 96 minus 18 plus 36. And so now these negative 18s actually join forces to negative 36. We now have a plus 72, we have a plus 128, we have a minus 96. Okay, this is kind of a waste of your time if it's a free response question. Like, why would I go any further than this? Besides, I have to know the number. Calculator. If the arithmetic is a good practice for you, do the arithmetic. Otherwise, calculator. So that's 200 minus, that's 104. Yeah, no. Let's see, 36 plus 128. I need to get the right number up here. I don't have my calculator with me, because I totally planned ahead. 50, 64, 164 minus 96. So I got, that's minus 100. So that'd be 64, but it's 4 less than 100, so it'd be 68. So I got 68 for that problem.